everybody, welcome. I am Bridget.
And I'm Carla with Hardwood Lumber and Millwork, and today we have the honor of being with Jim Hamer, the founder of Hardwood Lumber and Millwork. Jim, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, we moved to Lakeland, Florida about 32 years ago, and I have a background in woodworking, a degree in woodworking and drafting, and I've done various jobs.
Yeah. How many years were you at Weyerhaeuser?
I was with Weyerhaeuser for 10 years.
Okay, so yeah, I'm sure that played a lot into your knowledge.
It did a lot.
Yeah.
Learned about purchasing and selling and managing volumes.
What year did you start Hardwood Lumber?
In 1998, July the 4th.
Oh my goodness. Really?
Oh wow! It was the first Saturday in July.
Oh, that's pretty awesome.
I said, we'll be open the first Saturday in July, not realizing it was July the 4th. I was open.
How did that work out for you?
I had one customer.
Oh, good! All right. That's how you start.
Yeah.
So, well, today Jim is going to share a little bit of his knowledge with us, and he's going to talk about plain sawn, quarter sawn, and rift sawn lumber. So, Jim, I'm going to turn it over to you.
Okay. If you look in various sources, you'll see they're going to tell you that quarter sawn lumber is any piece of wood that is cut between 60 and 90 degree angle to the rings.
All right. Can we hold up a visual here?
Yeah, we can.
All right.
The angle is really unimportant to most woodworkers. Okay. Some people say it's 75 to 90. There's all different stuff. But what's important in the difference between them is if you have quarter sawn, you have flake.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now you can see the quarter sawn flake in there. Flank. So tell us a little bit about that.
Okay. Well, in cutting it, it depends on how you cut the tree is the way you get the quarter sawn. And this chart shows a traditional way and a modern way of cutting a log to get the different grains. The traditional way, basically they would take and they would quarter the log. And then they would turn it this at the bottom and they start slicing it off. The modern way, they're going to cut a couple of boards this way, then they're going to turn it and they're going to start cutting it this way.
Okay.
Well, you get about the same yield as far as quarter sawn and rift sawn as you would cutting it this way. Correct. Well, if you can see this down here in this bottom quarter, you can see what they've done. They cut it and they start cutting it this way, cutting it so that you're pointing toward the pith of the tree.
Okay.
The pith is the center of the tree. Well, the reason you get flake is because from the pith you get what's called medular rays.
Okay.
And they come straight out from the pith and they go just all over, but they all just flare straight out from the pith.
Now the they run out not from a radial direction, they run out straight from the pith?
Pretty much straight. I mean, they may have a little curve.
Sure, gotcha.
But what happens, the reason you have flake is because you're splitting a medular ray.
Really? So that's what we're seeing here?
That's what you're seeing.
Okay. Is the medular ray.
Yeah. And you can, sometimes on some pieces, you'll be able to look at it and see it. I don't think it's show up on camera. But all those rays are medular rays. Okay. And they call them flake. Some people call them tiger stripe. But that's your medular rays that are getting split. The difference between, in my opinion, the difference between quarter sawn and rift sawn,
right here,
they're basically the same, except rift sawn gives you the nice straight grain.
Very straight.
That's attractive.
Yeah.
Now, is one of these going to be a stronger board than the other? Like, are you going to get a more strength or more stable?
If you want to be technical,
more stable.
If you want to be technical, the quarter sawn should be more stable.
Gotcha.
Because basically, if you look at the end grain, they're running somewhere between 75 and 90 degrees usually.
So I think what you're trying to pinpoint there is the quarter sawn is less prone to cupping or warping or anything.
Exactly.
Yes. And then is rift sawn next?
Rift sawn will be next.
And then the plain sawn after that. Yeah. Good point, Bridget. So can you show me on the illustration where your rift sawn board is going to come from?
Well, if you're looking at this, typically you've got, and it's hard to see with all my lines up here, but down here I've got two boards coming straight off the center. and then 2 boards on the side of that. The 2 center boards are going to have your nicest flake. Then the next to the next to have a little bit of flake, and you keep going until you run out of flake.
Which explains why you see some boards that are just crazy with flake,
Right.
and some boards that you're like, is it even in there? Where is it?
So let's say you get down to the 3rd or 4th board,
Yeah.
one side will show flake. The other side won't.
Okay.
Because your angle is run out and you're not splitting those medular rays.
Okay.
Interesting.
So if you use the traditional method, your centermost boards are going to be quarter sawn, your outer boards are going to be rift sawn.
Okay. Which is going to produce that straight.
The straight board.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
On the modern way, your 2 end boards here and here are going to show the quarter sawn. Your 2 or 3 or 4 boards here will show quarter sawn, and the rest of these are going to show rift sawn.
So, tell you what, promise me you'll come back and talk to us about maple next.
I'd love to. Thank you
Okay,
very
that
much.
sounds awesome.
Thank you guys so much for joining us. Again, Jim, thank you so much for being our guest today. We greatly appreciate this education. If you guys have any questions about anything you've seen or heard today, please feel free to reach out to us. We look forward to seeing you soon.
If you're working with quarter sawn oak, or if you're specifying rift sawn, send us pictures.
Absolutely.
We love to see what our customers are doing, so if you're working with quarter sawn, send us those pictures.
And no matter what you're working with, whether it be rift sawn, flat sawn, or quarter sawn wood, we look forward to seeing your projects. Remember, whatever you build, keep it sustainable. We'll see you guys again. Thank you.
Bye.